Dylan, did you get your muffler fixed yet? Yes, officer, I did. A peanut butter pie from 1953. Now this pie is described as a chiffon. Now what does that mean? It means it was written by a white person. We start by adding a pack of gelatin to water. I told you. The yolks of 2 eggs, quarter cup of sugar, and water. Cook over a double boiler. We're getting bougie today. Hiya! Gelatin. Vigorous whisking. Fridge. Half cup of peanut butter. Half cup of water. You're diluting peanut butter to the gulag. Vanilla. Put this back in here. Time to beat the egg whites. If I have to beat anything else in this recipe, I'm going to be charged with domestic violence. Quarter cup of sugar. Egg whites. Oh, goddamn gravity. Fold. Back you go. Pastry. This better be good. Yes. Good night. Good morning. Finish with whipped cream. God damn it. It's beautiful. Sorry about that. It's the best ice cream that isn't ice cream. It's lactose free and you can start now beginning with just eggs and sugar. You start with 3 yolks, add in a cup of sugar, and you mix that together and throw it over a double boiler. Once it's warm, you add in your flavoring. I use the juice of 3 lemons and the zest of 1, but hey, you could use cocoa powder to make it chocolate or anything. After about 10 minutes, it'll thicken up where you take it off the heat and add in an optional 2 tablespoons of butter until it's melted. Then you shock it in an ice bath, adding a bit of vanilla. Take the 3 egg whites you separated, whip them up with a bit of cream of tartar, slowly adding a cup of sugar until stiff. Then you bring over your flavor mixture and slowly add in that meringue. Now these are uncooked egg whites, but if you want to be extra safe, you can buy the store-bought ones, which are guaranteed fine raw. Pour that mixture into a chilled container and freeze for 12 hours and paint me red and call me a barn, you did it. Wrong names only. Car edition. Bang box. Death arrestor. Moist hoist. Squint splint. Front porch. Navigation proclamation. Garbage can. Is it just me, or the older you get, the more you have to work to not look like shit? Because I swear, when I was 15, 16, get in a rut, you're fine. Don't leave the house for a few days, no worries. 25 now, I look like I hit a bus. My hair looks like that thing you pull out of the bottom of the shower drain. I mean, good lord, you've really outdone yourself. I've been daily driving this 63 for the past 5 years, and I get a lot of comments asking whether or not there are huge downsides that come with that. And the short answer is no. Luxury cars from the late 50s into the 60s were so well designed and full of technology ahead of their time that you begin to forget just how old the car is. Not only do they have a legendary ride, but with this one at almost 325 horsepower, it's a myth that they're all slow. You've also got more room in the trunk and the back seat than you'll ever need. And sure, like any vehicle, you need to put in your regular maintenance, and perhaps you'll pay a bit more for gas. But beyond that, it's a reliable mode of transportation. And perhaps I've just been lucky, but the idea that these things break down at every corner is just false. They're well built. A lot of people ask me, Dylan, why are you seemingly never on Instagram? And the answer is very simple. Everybody is gorgeous 100% of the time. It's like one big, huge Calvin Klein advertisement. Look, when it's 2 a.m. and I'm feeling sorry for myself, covered in Pop-Tart dust, looking like a bowl of oatmeal with legs, the last thing I want to do is log onto Instagram and see a whole array of 6'14" Italian bronzed gods with 8-pack abs. No! Makes me feel bad. I want to come to TikTok and look at beans and frogs. Isn't that right, Henry? Henry! Well, hi there. Say, you know coconuts don't look like this by themselves, right? All this cartoon propaganda your country has fed you, these things just hold up in trees looking like this, falling down looking like this. Yeah, it's fake news, you know? It's big coconut propaganda. I wouldn't believe the amount of arguments I got in today of people telling me, Dylan, what do you mean this isn't the whole coconut? This is what all coconuts look like. I said, no, this is just the center of the fruit. And yes, it is a stone fruit, just like a peach, just like an apricot. Maybe it's just Wyoming, but coconuts are green. Coconut? Coconuts. You need to use a hatchet or a machete to get to the center of this, and then you need to break this open. So, don't let big coconut fool you. Make way, peasants! I've acquired the spice of the pumpkins! Premature outerwear! Obligatory gourd! A chocolate beet cake from 66. Now look, I'm no stranger to cakes with bizarre ingredients, but I think the use of pickled beets is the most unorthodox. We start by blending our 15-ounce can of pickled beets. Juice and all, honey. There seems to have been a murder. Now into a bowl goes a half cup of vegetable oil, 1.5 cups of sugar, a bit of vanilla, 3 egg yolks. Whisk vigorously. In go the beets. Oh, it's For the dry ingredients, we need 2 cups of flour, 1/3 of a cup of cocoa, pinch of salt, and a teaspoon of baking soda. But there's no acid.
Oh, the beach!
They might be onto something.
Get in! Fold. Oh, it's like velvet.
About 50 minutes at 375. For the ganache, we need a 1/2 cup of cream and 4 ounces of chocolate over very low heat.
Fire!
Just until the chocolate melts and everything is smooth. Oh my.
Son of a... It's fantastic. Beats? What's next?
Now, this might come as a surprise to you, but yes, we do in fact exist. And we do so in reverence, despite the rest of the internet refusing to acknowledge us. We're a wonderful state full of beautiful people. And sure, we're not the easiest to live in. We have snow and wind and snow, but Wyoming is for the bold and always has been. I like it that way. A soured raisin pie from the Second World War. Now, I know this is going to be awful because it calls for soured milk, not buttermilk, not milk and vinegar, no honey. Soured bad milk!
Oh, she thick.
The raisins! Use butter pastry for flavor. Flavor! 3, 2, 1, blast off! To the toilet. A cup of sour cream.
Disgusting wasn't enough for you. Call the UN.
Add spices. Thanks for that. What goes well with IBS?
Brown sugar. Smells like Normandy.
Charming. Bake until done. You're a piece of work.
Goodbye.
The pothole. I should have gone to church.
No.
Tastes like a shower drain or a bunion. Potato chip cookies from 76. Now sweet and salty things aren't anything new. You have classics like PB&J, chicken and waffles, fake friends, your in-laws. But this is crazy. 1 cup of butter, 1.25 cups of sugar, cream. No, that would be very indecent.
Butter go, aren't you fluffy?
2 eggs, teaspoon of vanilla. Now's when we smash 8 ounces of potato chips.
Goodbye.
Look who's fallen from grace. Shame. 2 cups of flour. 3 teaspoons of flute powder. Now in goes half of the potato chips. And a cup of chocolate chips.
Oh, that's crunchy.
Chill time. We're gonna roll the dough in the potato chips. You're insane. 15 minutes at 350.
What? I don't know. I mean, the potatoes. A whole bag of potato chips. It's phenomenal. Wow.
Am I the only one who won't make a left turn into traffic even if I need to, if there's a considerable amount of people behind me? I'm too afraid to be an inconvenience. I'll make 87 right turns past 4 state lines, 3 time zones just to go around. I won't do it. You know, there's more than one type of record out there. Yeah, let's start with singles. You're looking at 3 here, the older standard and the newer standard. The old ones, 10-inch, 78 RPM, made of Beatles. The new ones, 7-inch, more common, 45 RPM, made of vinyl. American singles had big old holes, while elsewhere they were small spindle holes or interchangeable. EP is short for extended play, and most often they're the same as 45 RPM 7-inch singles, but they have more than one song per side. LP, or long play records, then, are 33 1/3 RPM, coming in 12 or 10-inch discs. Albums can either refer to an LP, but they're also combinations of more than one EP. There's also 16 2/3 RPM records, but they're often just spoken word or radio broadcast records, and they're very long.
Ah, yes, this is the papaya here. People say looks strange fruit, but tastes good. You know, only thing you need to remove the balls. The balls you need to scoop out.
French Revolution, your pineapple.
Nasty. Oh, it's nasty. Oh, loud.
You want a 1:3 papaya to pineapple ratio. Sweetened condensed milk. I'll never not be grossed out by this.
Ice. Ginger beer.
About a half a can. What you're left with is the nectar of the gods. A water pie from the Great Depression. Can you bake a pie with 4 ingredients? Yes! I could also eat my mattress. Fire your oven. I'm sorry, but we have to let you go.
Pastry.
It's been 13 months.
What if I told you I hate pie? Oh boy, it fits.
Fork it. I'm not that desperate. Blind bake the pastry. That's rude.
Are you still here?
Damn it. Add 3 gills of water. This written for a fish. Is this a joke?
Sugar.
Flour.
I think this qualifies as a pre-existing condition. Unconstitutional.
Top with butter. We're not even at a red light.
This is not legal.
Alright, it finished a bit early, like my ex. It's a breast implant.
No, ma'am. Very bad.
Tastes like lint. Soggy lint. cornstarch cookies from 1919. These go by many names, like starchies, meltaways, and in Brazil where they originate, sequilhos. But they're one of the OG gluten-free 3-ingredient cookies. We start with a half cup of sweetened condensed milk, followed by a half cup of soft butter. Beat vigorously. Then using the handle of a spoon, we slowly stir in 2 cups of cornstarch. What precisely does this accomplish? Trust the process. This is a strange trifecta of ingredients. I'm intrigued. Now we bake in a slow oven for 15 to 20 minutes. We'll do 325 Fahrenheit. Perfect. These are so cute. Well, you know, in a world of similar cookies, these are something quite special. They're like a cloud of joy. Incredibly unique. A Coca-Cola salad from the 70s. So this recipe has been floating around the internet for quite some time now, and people seem to think it's from the 50s, but it's not. It's more so typical of the 70s or the 80s or a psychopath. We start with 1 package of cream cheese, into which we dust a package of orange Jell-O. Yeah, that really does say that. Oh no. Some high-vis cheese, Department of Transportation certified. Next, we take 10 ounces of Coke and we boil it. Fire! This is a very disturbing way to spend a day. Oh, I'm scared. Just what I was feeling for lunch. Carbonated orange cheese gravy. Look away. Lastly, we have a half cup of nuts. At least the recipe is self-aware. So we leave this at room temperature for a bit. Then to the fridge. Good morning. That's a lie. So first and foremost, it is disturbing. Quite. But the potential is there. Because it has this cheesecake vibe. And the flavors are okay. It's just been corrupted. Hello and welcome back to another non-pretentious baked goods review. Today I have a cookie from a gas station. Where am I? I have no idea. Does it look like I know where I am? I don't. It's so hot. Anyway, this is a Maca Chocolate Chicken Nut cookie. You didn't have a stroke, that's the name. Maca Chocolate Chicken Nut. English has really gone downhill. This is from a Maverick in Cedar City, Utah. Here we go. This is incredible. Woo. Do they just keep like grandmas in the back of the Maverick making these things? Tastes like them. This gets a 9 out of 10. I tell you, I love any type of nut. Coconut, peanuts, walnuts, men's nut. I'm saving this for later in case I never get out of here. Where am I? An eggnog pie from 64. Yes, whether you're feeling festive or inconsolably heartbroken, dessert is always the answer. And ours starts with 2 cups of cold eggnog. I bought this one because it's a glass bottle. Come on. Bosh. Now we mix in a big box of vanilla pudding, the 5.1 ounce. Don't get the little one, you'll ruin Christmas. Mix until it's thick. If you want to spice it up, you could try butterscotch or chocolate or some light roll play. Fold in a cup of whipped cream. Feel free to use Cool Whip. I'm just going to beat it myself because it's going to be a lonesome Christmas. I'd call that a cup. No need to be precise. Your in-laws will still find a way to insult you. Oh, that's lovely. Liquor, if you'd like. I prefer men. This is the rum of my country, and it's the best. Woo. Finally, into a graham cracker shell. Woo. Fridge wait for at least 4 hours. I'm told my book is a good gift. Morning. Woo. Bit of nutmeg. Ow! The smoothest. This is Christmas on a plate. Tapioca pudding from the Great Depression. There's a few things in this world that I don't understand. Like salad spinners. Chief among them being the very old-fashioned. Just toss tapioca. Ridiculous. 4 cups of moo juice. Ooh, evaporated milk. Shut your mouth, Johnny. It's the Depression. You're lucky you're not licking plaster off the walls. Go to bed. Pinch of salt. Half cup of sugar. And a 3rd cup of minute tapioca. Not much has changed. Modern one is 1 gram lighter. Ooh. Mix. Beating in the yolks of 2 egg teeth. Come on. Keep the whites. Cook it over boiling water. They say a watch pot never boils. 12 minutes. Stirring all the while. She's so fancy. You're looking like a reanimated mannequin. That cool? Beat the egg whites stiff. Shall we see if we can do it by hand? Come on. 12 minutes. Combine the 2. Quite thin. Pour and chill. Ooh. Whoa. Very different. Crazy creamy. It would be a treat. Just a weird texture. I'm torn. A Georgia cracker salad from 91. What's a cracker salad, you ask? Any salad that I make. Start with a sleeve of saltines and crush. Dice a tomato. This knife is rather dull, like too many of life's conversations. Next is the green onions. 3 of them. Gotta wash them. At the risk of having an opinion online, let me say that scallions and green onions are the same thing. Now, spring onions are different. They are older and have a larger bulb, like this one right here. Now chop 2 hard-boiled eggies. You ever just keep hard-boiled eggs in your pocket? I advise against it. It seems to frighten people. Pepper. Plus a cup and a half of mayonnaise. Why, yes, this is store brand. I had to use 2 eggs in this economy. Is this the whole jar? Ma'am, you would never. Of course. In goes this and the mayo. For a second, I forgot there were crackers. To let you know, this recipe is not in Baking Across America. It's for baking. This tastes a whole lot better than you'd think. But it's already getting soggy. This would be so good at a fish fry if you eat it like really fast. And ignore the jar of mayonnaise. Mississippi mud. Now through Baking Across America, I've discovered the South does dessert particularly well. Butter! And you can't get much more southern than Mississippi. Right there. We start with 40 Oreos. Unlike certain forms of contraception, we are not discarding the filling. Keep it in and turn to crumbs. Melt 3/4 of a cup of butter. Fire! And mix with the crumbs. Butter! Press this into a 9x13. Grease your pan if you want, but there's so much butter it should be okay. Bake for 8 minutes at 350. Done! The filling is half a cup of cocoa, a cup of melted butter. That is a beautiful smell. Now we let that cool a bit while we beat 4 eggs. I'm now broke. Whisk. In goes 1 3/4 cups of sugar, a salt a pinch, and some vanilla. Ooh. 1 1/2 cups of flour, 2 cups of pecans. Love a good nut. This is essentially a gooey brownie, and we smooth over the crust. Now there's many ways to make Mississippi mud. You got pies, you got cakes, you got puddings. But this is my recipe for the best of them all. 350 for about 40 minutes. During the last 5 minutes, you're gonna sprinkle on 3 cups of mini marshmallows. Carefully. Ooh. I'm gonna show you something. Don't tell on me. While that cools, the last step needs 4 cups of powdered sugar, 2/3 of a cup of evaporated milk. You whisk it all in before a final half cup of melted butter. Layer on thick. Ooh, it's such a healthy and light dessert. Let this cool. Oh my goodness. That is thrilling. Guilty of 1 or 2 nutritional felonies, sure, but I don't mind death by chocolate. And Mississippi doesn't play around. The Benny wafers of Charleston. Does you know about the Carolinas? Reports would indicate there are 2 of them. We focus today on the southern one. Start with a cup of Benny seeds. Now there's nuance here, but you can consider Benny seeds and sesame seeds interchangeable. Pop them in a skillet. Fire! We're gonna toast these for about 3 minutes. You want the nuttiness like in your face. Creaming together a half cup of butter with a cup and a quarter of brown sugar. Next is 1 egg and a bit of vanilla. The dry ingredients include a cup of flour, a bit of salt, and for the floofers, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Combine. And the cooled seeds. You say, Dylan, are those cookies made of sesame seeds? You bet your bottom dollar. Next, you're gonna want your tiniest scoop. These wafers are as old as the hills and are thanks to the Gullah people of the Low Country encompassing South Carolina. Bake at 375 for about 8 to 10 minutes. These and other tales in Baking Across America. Now you should be able to stack them, which means I've done something right. Oh, fantastic. They're nutty, they're sweet, they're not, but they are. There really is something magical about these. No chance you're just eating one. I have made more just for me. A cream of the sea aspic from 62. Going through old cookbooks, many want to know what exactly is an aspic. It's a few steps above a feet pick. Start by dissolving 2 packs of gelatin in a half cup of water. Was 1 and not enough? Then we mince a shallot. Truth be told, I do not understand these things. I think they're really just used by people trying to prove they're creative. We need a can of condensed cream of celery soup. I prefer my soups abridged. You ever creamed a celery? Don't. It's messy. And a 6-ounce can of minced clams. That's right. They produce this. Notice how it is foaming. I was the first person in history to actually buy it. Fish! Plus any 12 ounces of chunk white fish. Have fun with it. I didn't know. You go chunk it with your white whatever. Chunk white fish. Why is everything in cans? It's chunky. Friggin' cat food. Dash of Worcestershire. People in the 60s went Worcester over sauce. What did I just say? Some pepper. The juice of half a lemon. Finally, the shallots. Half of the shallots. Cooking over a double boiler for 15 minutes. Fire! It is very creamy now, which I am overjoyed about. In goes the gelatin. Oh, and cook 10 more minutes. Once it's done, we scoop into molds. He says make sure to scoop down to the bottom. I don't think we can get much lower than this. Put them in the fridge overnight. Good morning. And did you know about book 2? It tastes like it went down with the Titanic. Aberrant tuna fish. It's comically bad. Sloppy bread from 87. This is number 3 of the 5 secret cornbreads of Nebraska. I'm actually scared to bake them all. It's like an incantation. I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night facing in the direction of Omaha. This one is also a 3-2-1 recipe, meaning we start with 3 egg 2 boxes of this cornbread mix. By the power of the Midwest. Can you guess what the secret ingredient is? 1 15-ounce can of Sloppy Joe sauce. I do like the idea of manwich. Makes me think of a man in a sandwich. I gobble him up, you know. It is reddening into a greased 13 by 9. Oh dear. Bake at 375 for 20 to 23 minutes. Whoa. It actually smells really good. It smells like the late 80s, 1990s. Wood panels and Atari. Like dinner on a small kitchen table on linoleum. Dude, this smell is crazy. It's actually like perfect. Wow, that is special. Nostalgic. It tastes the way that little light on the oven vent hood looks. Does that make any sense? Am I going to have a second piece? Yes.
দিনার দিনে খসিয়া পড়িবে।
হুজুর নামাজ দিতেছেন? আপনার টুপির থেকে আমার টুপির দাম বেশি, বদলাইবেন?
খুবই স্পেশাল হয়েছে,
হ্যাঁ
আসলেই মজা হয়েছে। খালি লবণটা দিতে ভুলে গেছিলাম।
আমি আবার অপোজিট পছন্দ করি না।
এইটাই তো ভালো।
দিনার দিনে খসিয়া পড়িবে। চেষ্টাটা যে করতে পারছি, সন্তান হয়ে বাপের চিকিৎসা যে করাইতে পারছি, এটাই শান্তি।
হ্যাঁ, রান্ধনের হাত খারাপ হইলেও মানে ঝামেলা থাকলেও খাসির অংশটা ভালো রান্ধে। ভাবি যান আইসেন।
তুই তো বড় বেহায়া রে, তুই তো এরকমের ছিলি না, তুই তো দিয়ে আমার গুনার বাকি করবি।
তুমি কেরম ছুটেই থাকবা, ফুপু ডাক শুনাইবা না?
আকাশ, তুমি এনে বেরিয়েছো?
1 কেজি খাসির মাংস আনতে পারবেন?
ঢিলা পানি ঢিলা, স্বপ্ন পাবি নাই।
ছাগলের রংটা ভালো,
হ্যাঁ।
আমার আবার চিত্রামিত্রা ছাগল ভালো লাগে না।
ভুললেই তো এসছি, আনছি তোমার লিগা।
কি আনছেন আমার লইগা?
দেহ খুলা।
আপনি রেডি হয়ে কই যাইবেন?
দাওয়াত কি খালি আপনার একলারে দিছে? আমাকে কোনো গুরুত্ব নাই, আমাকে কেউ দাওয়াত দেয় না। ছাগলই তো মনে হইতেছে 2টা ঠ্যাং কম। জি,
আমি কি খারাপ মানুষ? হ্যাঁ, আমিও তো 4টা বিয়া করছি।
বোর গোসল দেখতে।
মিছা কথা, আমি এই সময় গোসল করি? এত সুন্দর শাড়ি আপনি পছন্দ করলেন কেমনে?
যেমন তোমারে পছন্দ করছি।
কি এইটা?
এটা দুম্বার বাচ্চা।
পুরো খালি মস্করা করে।
খাসির মাংস করতেছিলা?
মনে আছে আপনার?
ভাবির কইতে যখন এত অসুবিধা বাদ দেন, আগে তো কতবার কইছেন।
আপনি দেখছো এটা কোনো কথা? আপনি আমার ডর হইলেন কেন?
দুধ পাইলা কই, চা পাতা পাইলা কই? আমার আনতে কইছিল, আমি তো আনি নাই। ছাগল কিনা টেহা শেষ।
আমরা বাচ্চা কাচ্চা নেই না কেন? আমার কোনো সমস্যা আছে নাকি? আরে হইছে ছাড়েন। আরে কেউ দেখা ভালাইবো। দূর